Hey guys, my name is Ulf Kuhn. We are Votechimp, and we make surveys fun. How we do it? Okay, here you see like three screenshots from our application. We ask young people, usually millennials, questions about engaging topics like sports, ethics, hookups, dating, and so on. So more engaging topics, they are willing to respond. After they responded, they see how other people voted. So that's a bit difficult to see on the screen, but after you voted, you see how other people share the same opinion like you. You can segment these options in different demographics. For example, you could see, okay, they are like a controversial group like Donald Trump voters. How do they think differently from the rest of the world? At the same time, companies can conduct consumer surveys and they get more background information. When a player answers a question, every time he does it, we create a personality profile about him. With each answer, it gets more and more profound, and after a while, we know a lot about this user. We position this user on different psychological scales, for example, Republican, Democrat, and there are hundreds of other millions of other options to do it, but we give him some feedback about his own personality. That we do so that he has more fun and plays our games, basically without us having him to reward him in terms of money, coupons, and so on. So the funny thing is, when you have information and you have more information, your results increase exponentially. So right now we conduct surveys and we get behavioral, attitudinal, and mobile data information. Behavioral, for example, means how often do you do online shopping? Attitudinal, are you more Republican or more Democrat? And mobile data right now means basically GPS. And GPS means your location right now and the locations of your past. Well, first we thought, okay, we have like two customer groups, right? Our players and our companies. But we saw that many of our players feel the same need like our companies. They want to understand society. They want to understand and learn based on numbers. A lot of people who don't believe in public opinion media anymore, they want to learn on the statistics and so on. So we decided to do this step. We give out all the information that we conduct free of charge, except obviously the surveys that companies conduct privately with us. Every time we bring in a new survey, people can segment it and can, if they are journalists, they can embed graphs and fancy animations within 2 clicks to visualize the data that we conducted. We wanted to open up the gates of information to give young people the same tools we rely on as market researchers. Are you curious to learn more about us? Say hi to me. I have a table number 3, and I would love to talk to you. Thank you very much. Danke.
Thank you. So we're going to put 6.5 minutes on the timer. He gave up 1.5 minutes, so he can get a little bit more Q&A time if he chooses.
Sure.
There we go.
Here we go.
And we'll start with our judges.
Okay, here we go. So question around the general questions that are being asked. Do those get refreshed over time? Are they pretty dynamic in terms of refreshing the results of questions, or is it just based on the universe that you have at that time? Like, is it a static response?
We didn't make our decision on that yet. Obviously, there are questions that have more lifetime and questions that have less lifetime, especially like political questions who are like very hot because of elections right now. They have a very short lifetime. Right now, we manage it manually. So we think, okay, this information is old, we kick it out. In the future, perhaps we could create a system for that to not do it manually anymore.
And is the gamification really just showing the visuals and having them answer fun questions to keep them engaged? Or, because I noticed you have radio buttons, they just still sort of kind of pick and choose their answers, but is there gamification in how they're even engaging in the survey itself beyond the image that you're showing?
Well, we tried to use text and bring in some humor, for example. Okay, so we ask you a certain question, we give a fun answer. okay, that often contains a small little joke or, well, things that certain user groups feel very responded to. There are things, everybody here has probably his own little creepy hobby or something, where he's playing chess or something, and all these people, often we collect the information, we send them questions, especially for those. So especially if you have like a funny little hobby or something, we can conduct some surveys in the specific niche, that you feel more connected with these questions, you're more likely to share them, you're more likely to play the game, and you're more likely to have fun.
What's your revenue model, and what are your projections like for the next couple of years?
Our revenue model right now is we approach market research companies and inside departments of bigger companies to conduct surveys on our platform. So when they conduct the surveys, they get more background information because we have all this free data. And well, right now we basically a panel with some add-ons. And yeah, for us it was more, we are not coming from the market research world, we're coming from game development and machine learning and application development. Right now we just got our advisors on board to help us to get the market research stuff handled. But for us it was always, we see both user groups equally valuable. So we're not just focused on the companies. The companies are basically our monetization model for a gamification, for a game.
How open is your architecture? Going back to the variables that are coming in, can I choose as a participant to make available other variables, other data I have? Can companies who are subscribing to your platform actually bring in data from other ecosystems to participate in or to support the profiling? Or is it a standalone platform?
It's a standalone platform.
All the data you guys need to collect,
yes.
Right? Okay.
So how do you make the questions fun, and how do you work in questions that are not fun?
Okay, how do I make the questions fun? Well, I work together with somebody who is a very funny person, and I always ask him, hey, do you think that is fun? Because, well, our background is, I'm German, and our model right now is only for the US, we're targeting the US market. So lots of things we have to adapt culturally, right? Lots of things are funny there, but not so funny here, or the other way around. So, yeah, and what was the second question that was? And
how do you work in questions that aren't funny?
Okay, questions that aren't funny. When they're not funny, we slightly reward people in terms of an Amazon compound they can play, but we don't try to do marketing. Why? Because we want to go away from the from rewarding people for their answers. We don't believe in this concept too much, and I think neither do you. But well, right now it's just easier. Ideally, it would be, oh, okay, you have a new survey about your favorite topic. You have to answer one question first, and then you get the free content, like free content and paid content that is commercial.
Oh, that was my question. Like, what's in it for them, for the person answering? They get free, but do they get free stuff? Are they earning points? Are they like, yes, are they just answering?
Right now they get rewarded with chimps. Chimps is our local currency. They can exchange these chimps into Amazon coupons. Later on, we want to build like different products. So for example, that they get more free surveys, more data, more segmentation options based on the chimps they have on the level they played. So we're bringing several gamification options that, yeah, let people hopefully forget pretty fast that many of these surveys are very boring.
Any other questions? Okay.
14 more.
Thank you.